Hello and welcome everybody to the Downton Index. And in today's episode review, I'm going to be going over episode 6 of RWBY. That's the 6th volume. And to start this review off, I just want to say props to the staff members that worked on this week's episode at Rooster Teeth. The animation was top notch, the music was brilliant, and it added to the overall feel of the episode. Because this episode was meant to be quite almost like a horror type of episode. And a great way to introduce a new Grimm into the world of Revenants. So, these new Grimm are called the Empathy. Now, these are stated to be quite weak in terms of power, however, they have the ability to sap people's strength / their will to do anything. So, essentially, if you come across these, they'll drain you of your energy to basically move, and then they'll finish you off. This was shown through us in the entire episode. And honestly, just imagine being the characters in this episode, being trapped underground in a little dark tunnel with slow-moving zombie-like Grimm coming after you. And the screams from these Grimm are just absolutely amazing. And every time they scream, you drop to your knees in exhaustion. You just want to give up and just go to sleep. However, if you do that, that's game over for you. So just imagine being the characters in this episode. You know, their only escape route was a locked door, which, if they were bashed on hard enough, Qrow might have heard them, but it was shown to us that it was asleep, so who knows. Now, I'm getting a bit ahead of topic. So, throughout this episode and last week's episode, we've seen a lot of character development with RWBY in particular. We all know that for a girl her age, being 16, she's had a lot to handle. She hasn't really had a break since the fall of Beacon, where she saw 2 of her friends die, and her sister almost died, as well as a lot of other stuff happening throughout season Volume 4 and Volume 5. As well as just being told all this new information from Jin in the past few episodes. It's a lot to take in, and everyone's sort of getting down by it. But to be honest, RWBY's character is holding together pretty well. Although, I'm fearful that it might actually break somewhere down the line, or just snap. So that'll be interesting to see, but we'll see where that goes. Now, the other shocking reveal in this episode, apart from the fact that we got the new Grimm, was Maria. She used to have silver eyes. Now, emphasize on the word should've. Used to, sorry. Emphasize on the word should've. Now, what this implies is that she no longer has silver eyes. Or maybe she does, but she doesn't have the ability to use them. Hence to why she has to now rely on her glasses / goggles. We're not told any more information in this, since this is the episode cliffhanger, but hopefully they explore it in the next couple of episodes. Now, the whole silver eye thing at the end of this week's episode was quite nice, however, it was a little bit predictable. Now hear me out. When I was watching this episode, being wrapped up in the whole getting away from those Grimm underground and the girls being quite weak, we shift to a scene where Blake is almost killed by these Grimm. She's lying on the floor looking stone cold, and she says she's okay, when clearly she isn't. Now, RWBY is just barely crawling towards her, and while watching this, I myself, and I'm pretty sure loads of you guys, were probably screaming in your head, silver eyes, silver eyes, silver eyes. And, hey presto, they flashed. Now, it kind of reminded me of car headlights. I know it might sound a bit weird, but it's like, hold on a minute, need my full beams. And then just like dazzle the Grimm It's just funny. And that happens once. However, we then see the team try to escape, failing, and Maria comes over, gives Ruby a bit of advice on how to use her silver eyes without telling her anything, or telling us as the audience anything. So we still don't know how they work, except from the fact you just have to think about life, and how precious and how secretive it might be. Now, that was a little teaser as to what we could expect to see later on, hopefully. So I'm looking forward to that. And the last elephant in the room that needs to be addressed is what this season's doing in terms of Qrow's character. Now, Qrow, we all know that Qrow likes to drink. However, this season he's doing it a lot. It's shown to us as well in this episode, because he's got 3 whole bottles by his chair that he's sleeping in, when he only started with 1. And when the tyre broke on the trailer, the first place he went to was the bar. Now, granted he didn't know what was going on, and he has a bad luck semblance, but they're really hammering home Qrow's drinking tendencies, which is quite a serious topic, and personally I think they're handling it well in this season. But I can see RWBY slowly getting annoyed with that, so maybe we'll see a bit of confrontation there. As well as, I think Maria might also be a bit annoyed by it. So, who knows? Maybe RWBY and Maria will team up and get Qrow to go sober. Probably not. That's never going to happen. It's part of his character, really. But, you know, it's an issue that is a real life issue, but they're sort of getting it across in their series, doing it quite well, while at the same time being quite careful how they handle it. So, again, props to that. Now, I've already said the animation was good and the music was good, so I don't need to cover any more about those two. The voice acting, again, brilliant. The Grimm voices were magnificently done. The screams from both the girls and everybody else was great. As well as the fact is, I don't know why, but for some reason I just felt like when I was watching this week's episode, every time they would fall to their knees from the Grimm screaming, it felt like a deep howl buff in like a fantasy game or something. It was really cool. But I'm rambling now, so that's going to end today's review. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, consider subscribing, where I do more videos like this, as well as a few other things on the channel. But with that out of the way, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys.